My brothers and sisters in Christ, today in the Gospel we hear another eschatological parable, this image of the virgins out with lamps burning brightly, the wise virgins versus the foolish ones. And it's a parable ultimately of readiness, just as in yesterday's Gospel we heard Jesus tell us to stay awake, for we don't know the day of the coming of the Lord. In this, it is an image of the need for ever-present readiness. It's an old Boy Scout motto, in fact, be prepared. It's the same thing for us in the spiritual life, and we can look at this at two different levels. One is certainly the eternal level, which is the most important, as this gospel passage is illustrating. There are so many people who have a sense of what the Lord is asking, or even perhaps a desire to obey, but not a willingness to do what it takes, in a sense to procrastinate. But instead of procrastinating on doing one's paperwork or cleaning the house, doing one's homework, so to speak, it's procrastinating, focusing on that which God has asked. And to do so there is no greater gamble. To have the idea that one will suddenly kick into gear in time, to gamble with one's very eternal soul is a dangerous game. And so while the temptation is easy, and we just celebrated in the last week the memorial of St. Augustine, who famously said, "Lord, grant me chastity, but not yet," when he was a young man struggling with his conversion. And so there's that sense of always putting off till tomorrow. But who is to say that we will be ready when the hour comes? And for most of us, the hour will be that of our own death. Some may be able to anticipate their hour, their own death, others won't. Will we be found ready when the moment comes upon us? And is that something we really want to gamble with? And so that is certainly the eternal image. But then I'll also contend that there's something more at home with our ability to cope with everyday life, with our struggles, and even when the cross presents itself in daily life. And that is the importance of our spiritual discipline, the life of our daily prayer, the way of our penances, our ascetical behavior, those things in which we're trained. And virtues, just like vices, are habits. One is a good form of habit, the other, of course, is a sinful habit. But just like any other habit that's acquired through repetition, through training, for us, our life of spiritual commitment and prayer, asceticism, all of these things, trains us not just for good daily living, but also helps us for when the moment of adversity comes. Often it's easier to put it off in good times because it seems like it's not needed. But to have those tools ready and habitually known when adversity strikes will be very important. The moment when all else is off, everything seems like it's on fire in our world, will we have those things to fall back upon? Will we have the place to turn in prayer that we know? Will we have the closeness with the Lord? Will we have all of the spiritual tools ready to resist temptation, to overcome struggle, to join our suffering with that of the Lord? That is something that we must commit now. So in either case, whether it's of this daily spiritual discipline or truly of the things eternal, much like the virgins in today's parable, the idea, are we ready with enough oil in our lamps? Are we paying attention today to that which has eternal consequences? And if not, it is time to wake up. May God bless you.